I found a pretty big beetle out here. And look at him. Look at the size of that guy. We don't want to mess with that guy. He's not having a good day today.
This week on Hike San Diego, I'm at Daley Ranch in the city of Escondido. Daley Ranch provides over 3,000 acres of historical ranch lands. There are 25 miles of varied trails, 3 trailheads that give each hiker a different experience. Equestrian riders, bikers, and hikers are welcome. Dogs are welcome as well, but unfortunately they need to be on a leash. Escondido gives a reputation for being hot in the afternoons. With a cloud cover this morning, I hope it's going to be cool for most of my hike, though I know the temperatures can rise between 85 to 90 in the summer.
There's a lot of red ants out here. These things are huge. They look like they might bite you pretty good too if you get into them too much. There's a couple holes here, and they're just all over this trail. I'm sure if you take a break, you pay attention to where you're sitting down. You don't want to get bitten by these guys.
Within the first 15 minutes of the hike, the sun is trying to peek through the clouds, letting me know that the clouds are going to dissipate soon, along with my hopes of a cool day. I usually bring an extra camelback with me in my backpack, but today, since I have my waist pack, I only have 2 canteens. It was a miscalculation, and I hope I don't suffer for it. Oak groves like these are scattered throughout the park. They provide a great deal of shade and relief from the sun. When you get to one of these oak groves, take a minute to relax and sit down. On hot days like these, it's important to cool off.
The story of Daley Ranch begins in 1869 when a young English immigrant named Robert Daley settled in this valley. Daley was given 2 grants of 1,600 acres each, creating the 3,000 acres of the preserve today.
I think I'm gonna have a seat real quick.
The temperature's risen to 85 degrees by now. I'm getting tired, I'm feeling lightheaded and a bit dizzy. This is a sign that I have not been drinking enough water. The night before this hike, I decided to freeze both my water bottles. This will provide me with cool water throughout the day. With this aluminum material, it'll keep it nice and cold. The sound you hear is what's left of my ice. Because it's been so hot, the ice has been melting faster than I expected. I usually keep these bottles in a cooler in my backpack. Since today they're in my waist pack, I can't protect them from the sun. The obvious benefit to freezing the water is making sure that the water stays cooler longer throughout the day, especially on hot hikes like today.
I just got done with my break and I am happy. Cooled off now, and it was pretty warm here a second ago. I put that ice cold water in my body and I feel great now. Re-energized. It's funny what a little cold water can do for somebody.
The hills and valleys of what is now known as Daley Ranch were frequented for centuries by native Californians of the Kumeyaay and Luiseño and other tribes. Evidence of their passing can be seen in the soot-stained ceilings of boulder caves where these early Californians took refuge from the elements. metates, and morteros, holes ground into boulder tops, give evidence of food preparation by women gathered together to grind seeds and acorns. I don't ever recommend going off the trail, but this small pond has caught my attention, and I've come to see what kind of wildlife I can see. With a squirrel chirping in the background, I know my presence is not welcome. It's important to know that if you decide to wander down this way, you have to watch out for the small wildlife. This guy, and especially this guy. I've spent too much time out here. The sun's getting higher in the sky, and it's getting warmer outside. I haven't covered a lot of trail yet, so I want to make sure I make good time before it gets too hot.
I find it kind of amusing to see what I'll do to get a shot, a decent shot anyway. And I guess climbing rocks is one of them. Climbing a rock here to get a decent shot down the trail. Kind of dangerous. I don't recommend this at home at all. And in fact, please don't. Read the disclaimer at the beginning of the show. I don't need a phone call saying someone did something stupid. Doing something stupid like me. Okay, finally going downhill. I passed a couple signs on the way here. One was Hidden Springs. That's another 1.1 miles behind me. You want to make sure you pay attention to the signs out here. They'll tell you where you want to go. Just about every fork in the road, they do have a sign that tells you what trail you're on or what trail you can go on. At the beginning of the trail, it's important that you look. There's a little box full of maps. You can take that with you. And there's just trails all over the place out here. There's an old ranch house out here, old water towers. Looks like it used to be just one big old ranch at one time, and they sold it to the county of San Diego. And they turned it into a hiking facility or a preserve. So pretty interesting. A lot of history out here. I haven't been able to find any Native American artifacts, if you will, out here, but I'm sure they're out here somewhere. They really don't want you going off the trail. There's signs posted out here and there, certain places where they really don't want you to go off the trail, so make sure you stick with it and don't get yourself in trouble out here. I'm looking for shade right now. It's getting really hot. The sun's on my back and I'm starting to sweat pretty bad. I don't find any shade here pretty soon. I'm gonna be upset. The thing about the dirt out here is it's really loose, and when you step, it kicks up a lot of dust. I can actually feel the dust in my teeth, and yeah, not that it doesn't taste good, it's just a weird feeling to have in your mouth. Success. Shade. And a nice soft rock to sit on while I rest.
Just a little warning, I'm about to go Henry VIII on this beef jerky. I forgot it I had it in my back pocket all day long. I should have been eating along the hike for the little bursts of energy. That's probably why I didn't feel that well earlier in the hike. I finished my break. It's time to get back out there and get back on the trail.
Well, I'm glad I found some shade and was able to eat and drink some water. I was getting cranky. Getting kind of upset there for a minute. Sorry y'all had to see that. Well, I think I'm on my last stretch of the hike now. I'm coming near an old water tower. I don't think it's used anymore. It's nothing really exciting to see. It's just a big old drum looking thing. But I should be coming back up pretty soon in the next mile or so. Back to the main trail.
It wasn't until after that first mile I realized I had 2 more to go.
Where it splits in half. See what happens.
This fork in the road actually marks the beginning of the trail. On the right is Cougar Pass, and the trail I'm coming off of is Engelman Oak. It's up to you whether you decide to go left or right. I, however, recommend going right. Engelman Oak, the first part of the trail, is completely uphill for about 3 miles. If you want to get worn out and tired easy, that's the way to go. But if you want an easier way, I would take Cougar Pass. This also marks the beginning of the end of the hike for me. Though I only have a mile left, it seems like forever. This concludes the end of my hike on Daley Ranch. I had a great time today. Though it was a little bit longer than I expected and a little hotter than I wanted it to be, it was still a fun hike. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the trail.